It's the Sitting Sports Side Podcast.
Can't wait.
With Mike James.
Come on, man.
And Eric Hanman.
I have dedicated my life to this team, okay?
On 1045theteam.com. Yeah, boy. Welcome in, guys. Another special edition of the Sitting Sports Side Podcast alongside Eric Hanman. This is Mike James.
We had the privilege to go to the Hall of Fame Classic where the Simpsons, a.k.a. just Homer Simpson, got inducted into the Hall of Fame, and a big part of that was Wade Boggs.
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
I did not actually expect to see that. We went up to go to see that, and I did not see that on my itinerary when I went to go see it, and all of a sudden we walk in, I'm like, what the heck is this panel for? And I see Homer Simpson, and all of a sudden I'm like, and if you haven't checked out my documentary about Tommy John and the Hall of Fame, I'm going to plug that right now. You can look up on Vimeo, sitting in the Hall of Fame, or standing in the Hall. It's the Sitting Sports Side Podcast, man. I got it's been a year. Fun. Standing in the Hall of Fame on Vimeo. Hopefully,
Make Eric feel better about himself.
Saying,
please
go
check it out.
Tommy John isn't in the Hall of Fame, but Homer Simpson is.
Come on, man. As my boy CC would say. Oh boy! But anyways, we had an interview with Wade Boggs, who was in a Simpson episode, which is the reason why Homer Simpson didn't get inducted. I love my Homer Simpson Hall of Fame little towel.
Yeah,
it's pretty cool.
Yeah, we got a free. Yeah, that was another perk about it. We got a free Homer Simpson towel, and so Wade Boggs was there partly for that because he was in that with Steve Sachs and Ozzie Smith were in that episode, so they were all there celebrating that and his introduction to the Hall of Fame. Now we also got to talk to Wade Boggs very briefly. Mind you, he was about to take batting practice, so they were all itching. A lot of the players were itching to take batting practice, and therefore, we're very kind, and Wade Boggs was kind enough to give us a minute or so here of his time. So here's our interview with Wade Boggs at the Hall of Fame Classic.
1045, the team, you're home for New York sports. We're here with Wade Boggs, and I got to ask you right off the bat, what do you get asked more about nowadays, baseball or that beer? Legend of Wade Boggs about the beer.
Well, it's sort of taken on a life of its own, but, it's part of folklore, and you just ride with it.
Now, on top of that, and once again, I'm kind of falling into the trap. How was your experience on the set of Always Sunny?
It was great. Had a great time doing it. The cast was wonderful. The script was extremely funny, and had a great time with it.
Now, I saw Charlie Day on the interview, and he said that you were drinking real beer. Is that true?
No, actually I wasn't.
Okay.
No. They were the fake beer.
And then real quick, we were home for Yankees baseball. Obviously, you're repping the Red Sox today, but give us your best memory as a New York Yankee.
Riding a horse around Yankee Stadium in October of '96.
And obviously, we never ask you to choose, but what's your favorite place? And should the Yankees actually retire a number now? You have retired from the Red Sox and the Rays. The Yankees retire every number. Should they retire number 12?
Well, I don't think I was there long enough to get my number retired in New York, but had a great time the 5 years I was there.
All right, thank you very much.
So Mike was out taking batting practice during that interview.
That's not fair. you just took over that interview. You know what? All right, it was.
Yeah, but it was awesome to get in. Obviously, if you haven't heard the legend of Wade Boggs, all you got to do is give it a Google. Wade Boggs, 107 beers or 50 beers, whatever, how many he did on that plane ride.
You were so busy interviewing Wade Boggs, you missed my home run to deep center field.
Yeah, man. Luis Sojo was very impressed.
Yeah, I actually went the opposite way, too. But that only went a whole 3 feet.
So anyway, just give us the thoughts on a little bit quick on Wade Boggs. And obviously, I was joking when I said that he's played for 3 teams. 2 of those teams have retired his number, and the Yankees do retire out a lot of numbers. It'd be funny if they did retire his number, but he was there longer in New York than he was in Tampa Bay, and he still got his number retired there. Obviously,
should be retired in New York just for riding the horse around Yankee Stadium.
He's a legend. He's a legend because of that. And the
start of the dynasty.
Babe Ruth's a former Red Sox. His number's retired. So being a former Red Sox doesn't necessarily mean that you should.
Yeah, but think about this though. Babe Ruth. Is he known for being a Red Sox more, or is he known for being more of a Yankee?
True. And Wade Boggs, what does he think? Wade Boggs is more known for being a Red Sox, obviously, because he repped the Red Sox there at the game.
He's in there as a Red Sox though.
Yeah, you're right.
But
I'm just trying to.
Special thanks to Wade and everybody, though.
Just trying to justify my question there.
Yeah.
I mean, I took over. Who cares, Mike? You were off having a good time.
I hit a home run. You missed it.
Yeah.
Okay, I might have been dreaming I hit a home run, but still, that's okay.
Yeah, and check out that Always Sunny episode. Not that I'm like, But, you know, like, I'm shamefully plugging a show I get absolutely nothing from, but I always tell you a very funny show in the episode with Wade Boggs. If you don't even watch that show, just watch the one episode about Wade Boggs if you're a Wade Boggs fan, because this was actually a really funny episode.
I'll tell you one thing, it's not always sunny in upstate New York. It hasn't been lately.
It's not. The rain's cleared up, maybe a little bit more recently, but that was a great interview with Wade. Yeah. I really had a great time overall, and Wade, he was kind of there throughout the whole day for us, and he didn't play in the game, but he played home run derby, and he hit one almost close to your dad out there in right field.
He got close. Few sections over, but it was close.
So you haven't heard any of our other interviews, like with Goose Gossage. We also have some special ones with Willie Bloomquist and Annie Sonnenstein, who has a really good tribute to the New York Yankees. You can listen to those on youtube.com/team1045. Mike James, any other thing you have to say on this podcast?
Not really. It was a fun weekend. Glad we got to hang out.
I don't know what I was expecting. Maybe
I think great. It's like an understatement. Like, it was just cool.
It was very fun.
We got to talk to legends. We got to talk to some guys that really aren't legends of the game. Like,
but they're still very important. But
it was awesome. Like,
and I paid attention to baseball. So Willie Bloomquist, a really good interview. Arguably, some of our best interviews was Bloomquist, Sonnenstein, Harang.
It was just cool. To me, it was just personally cool to go talk to some of the guys that I grew up watching on TV.
Right.
Instead of for one sitting in the stands going, what would it be like to talk to Goose, to Wade, to Andy, to Juan, to Aaron, to anybody, even the guys we didn't talk to.
It was a very family-friendly environment, too. They signed a bunch of autographs. A lot of the players did. So if you didn't get to it this year, and I've never been to a Hall of Fame Classic.
Please get there, guys. It's so much fun.
Next year, Memorial Day weekend, and put that on your list. So for Mike James, I'm Eric Hammond. Thanks for listening to this special edition of the Sittin' Sports Side podcast.